Machiavelli wrote these words 500 years ago, and they remain terrifyingly true. Why? Because human beings are not ruled by morality, compassion, or love. They are ruled by self-interest, survival, and gain. And yet, you've been taught the opposite. You've been told to feel, to care, to empathize. But feelings make you weak. Feelings make you predictable. Feelings make you easy to use. The cold man, the one who feels nothing, terrifies people. He cannot be manipulated because guilt has no hold on him. He cannot be controlled because fear and shame no longer touch him. And he cannot be broken because he has already killed the part of himself that bleeds for others. This video is not about kindness. It's not about morality. It's about power. If you want to survive in a world of wolves, you must become something colder than them. You must learn the art of freezing your emotions, of looking into chaos and not blinking, of saying no without explanation. Watch closely, because after this, you'll never be the same again. Everything you've been taught about emotions is a lie. Society tells you, feel for others, care, be kind. They cloak weakness in virtue. But Machiavelli didn't write about virtue. He wrote about survival, control, and power. And here's the truth. Feeling too much is the fastest way to ruin. When you let your emotions guide you, you surrender. Anger clouds your judgment. Love blinds you. Guilt paralyzes you. Fear controls you. And once you are controlled, you are no longer the master of your fate. You are a pawn in someone else's game. People will smell your vulnerability instantly. They will exploit it. They will enjoy it. The world does not reward the soft-hearted. It rewards the cold, the calculating, the unflinching. Every empire, every conquest, every survival story in history shares one trait: coldness. Leaders who dominate, tyrants who control, and legends who survive, they do not hesitate. They do not cry over betrayal. They do not plead for mercy. They feel nothing, and that nothingness becomes their weapon. Being cold is not about cruelty. It is about self-preservation and clarity. When you detach from emotional reactions, you see reality for what it is. You see who is loyal, who is weak, and who is pretending. You stop wasting energy on people who do not deserve it. Every second spent on regret, sympathy, or guilt is a second wasted, a second where someone else takes advantage of your feelings. Machiavelli knew this well. He understood that men forget the kindness shown to them faster than they forget the harm. If you invest in feelings, you are handing them a weapon. They will use it. And when they do, you will be shocked, but only if you allowed yourself to be soft. Coldness is your armor. When you stop caring, no one can wound you. They can try to manipulate you with lies, guilt, or affection, but it will bounce off. When you stop feeling fear, you can act decisively, even ruthlessly. When you stop feeling pity, you stop being prey. The moment you embrace this coldness, you become untouchable. You step out of the herd and into the shadows where true power thrives. But let's be clear, this is not a step you take lightly. The process of becoming cold requires honesty with yourself, the brutal, unflinching kind. You must recognize the ways you've been soft, the ways you've allowed others to control your heart, the ways you've given away your strength in the name of morality or affection. Then, you must systematically dismantle them. Each attachment, each irrational empathy, each unnecessary worry. Cut it. Kill it. Feel nothing. Start small. Stop reacting immediately. Stop trying to explain yourself to people who have no right to your explanations. Stop caring about approval, validation, or friendship when it serves them, not you. Observe your emotions without indulging them. Train yourself to respond logically, not emotionally. The world will fight against this transformation. People will call you cold, heartless, cruel. Good. That is proof it works. The ones who are comfortable with you being warm were the ones taking advantage of it. The ones who resist your coldness are the ones who fear it. And fear, as Machiavelli knew, is a form of respect, a tool far more powerful than love. Remember, coldness is not absence of intelligence, it is clarity of thought. It is the sharpest weapon you can carry in a chaotic, cruel world. Every decision you make, every interaction you have, becomes precise. You are no longer vulnerable. You are no longer predictable. You are no longer a victim. And that, being untouchable, being decisive, being feared, is the first step in becoming what the world respects. A force that does not bow, a presence that does not flinch, a mind that does not bleed. The choice is yours. Continue being soft and be forgotten, used and destroyed. Or embrace the cold, become untouchable, and watch as the world bends. Now that you understand why feeling too much makes you weak, it's time to learn how to transform that weakness into power. Coldness is not a personality, it's a skill. And like any skill, it can be trained, honed, and perfected. Machiavelli did not simply tell princes to be cold. He showed them how to use detachment as a weapon. You must do the same. Step 1. Observe your emotions without judgment. Most people react to anger, disappointment, or fear instinctively. You, however, must pause. Ask yourself, what is the advantage in this situation? What is the risk if I respond emotionally? This pause is your first line of defense. It prevents manipulation, prevents overreaction, and gives you the upper hand before the world even realizes what is happening. Step 2. Stop justifying your actions to anyone. People expect explanations. They crave reasons for decisions, apologies for mistakes, and reassurances for insecurities. Refuse them. Silence is your ally. When you stop giving away your inner logic, you become unpredictable. When you stop explaining yourself, you stop being vulnerable. Step 3. Embrace strategic isolation. Coldness requires distance. Not everyone deserves your presence. Not everyone deserves your trust. Remove yourself from those who drain, deceive, or manipulate. Observe them from afar. Engage only when it serves you. Isolation is not loneliness. It is power. The fewer people who understand your motives, the fewer can exploit them. Step 4. Convert emotions into action, never indulgence. Humans waste energy in sadness, guilt, or envy. You will do the opposite. Use those emotions to fuel decisive moves. Anger becomes calculated retaliation. Fear becomes preparation and foresight. Loss becomes strategy. Every feeling is a resource, not a weakness. Every emotional reaction is transformed into a weapon, invisible to those around you. Step 5. Practice detachment in relationships. Love, friendship, family. They are dangerous unless controlled. When you care too much, you give leverage to others. Learn to value connection only when it benefits you and remain emotionally immune to betrayal. Machiavelli understood that a ruler who is loved but weak is doomed. A ruler who is feared but strategic endures. Apply the same principle to your life. Be respected, but never dependent on affection. Step 6. Develop a cold presence.